Oh, here we are, already on episode 19. Welcome back. In this video here, it's short. I'm just showing the end process of the wiring that we're doing, and it is done. You'll see that throughout the video. We finally got her done, and then tomorrow we'll start a new series, 20, and we're going to be cleaning the cab out, putting the carpet in, and then maybe get the console in there. Everything's been tested already, so it should work out all right. Pretty much it. Just we're getting there, slowly for surely. I can't see it though, but I posted a short. Got 134 days left. Gonna be tough getting there because we got some weather ahead of us. We got 70s next 2 or 3 days, and it goes from 70 to 28 the next morning. So what we're gonna do? It's supposed to warm back up 2 or 3 days later, but we got to polish this. I was checking all my clearance to make sure everything was in. We still got to polish the supercharger, get the carburetor set up for it and all. There is a difference between a regular carburetor than your forced induction carburetors. Not much. There's a little bit of difference you got to do to them. Some people get by with a regular carburetor. You can if you want. Anyway, let me. We're gonna get on with this right here, and hope you enjoy it. I didn't bore you too long. It's just small shots here and there. Not much of a video this week. Christmas went along, and I hope everybody had a good one. I had a good one. We're just gonna try to break in the new year with 20 degrees, I guess. So watch for next week, because that carpet's coming out. New carpet going in. All right. So watch this right here. See what you think. We're gonna pick up where we left off at. Got the supercharger resealed. Voila. So let me and I think the next 2 days supposed to be nice. Here. But where we're at on this is here's a little light. I looked at like the charge, I could not find it. I'm going to them cutters right here. I'm gonna mess these cutters up. We're gonna put I think this is our charge. Yeah, this goes to our thermostat. It's a little heavier wire. Probably what we need on it. We'll do this right here. I can use some tape if I need to. Alright. I'm going to put these 2 ends on it and come right back at you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do 3 ends. I gotta go here. I gotta do a ground here also. This one. This one is our amp. It's going to a different power supply, so we're just going to do the ground here. Now I might be able to run it through that power. I'm going to see how much room I got already, because that's only a 200 amp fuse panel, which I don't think I'm going to run 200 or 100 amp, whatever it is, go through it. But I'll be right back at you. I'll put these ends on here and hook them up, and then we'll roll. Next step. All right, so we got those hooked up, and while I was off camera, I went ahead and hooked up the map light switch and all. Got that done. Our next thing we're going to show, I've got to run some of these wires here, the camera wire your hot wire, the harness for the EGO. It's over here somewhere. The EGO wire. And then mount the glow shift little computer here up in there. At the same time, here in a little bit, we're gonna find where we're gonna run this main hot wire for the amp. I could run it through our fuse panel, okay, on top, because this is a it's a hot all-time wire. So if I do, the supply wire going to the fuse panel and trying to feed the other items on it, which is all low voltage. You know, you got the LEDs, but you got your radio still on it. So it would be tough for it unless you ran a bigger hot wire to it. But then again, it's only I think 100 or 200 amp. I keep saying that. I have to look and see which one it was. I know I'm not over 100 amps yet, but I think this fuse is close to 80. I'll do the research on that and check it out, see, but I'm thinking it is. Which, I mean, if you put a big load on it, crank that thing up, yeah, it's probably going to have everything wired up right. Like somebody wants to jam out with it, you know what I mean? So we're going to find a good source of power in, or we're going to go right outside and get the power. And then we're going to run our camera leads. You got to run them back to back. So you got your camera, the EGO. We got our pressure hose, vacuum and boost hose. And we got to finish wiring up our little computer thing. So right now, we're going to look for a hole, a place to go outside from under here. Now there is one grommet, and I bet you I could take that grommet out, like I found where that blue wire goes to still. I could take that grommet out and put a different grommet in, and probably everything I gotta go through there with another grommet. I know it will. I ain't got that many wires going out and hoses. It's about a 3/4 to 7/8 hole up in there with the 2 wires going through it. One we put through it for the tack, and then one that somebody already had that add-on. I'll find out what that add-on is, take it off. So I'm gonna remove this grommet and push this through it. EGO wire, our vacuum boost, and whatever else needs to go outside. So we get that hooked up. We're almost done with the wiring, besides the cleanup. And there's a lot to clean up. Got to push it way up high, wrap it, tie it, so it won't be such a mess or nothing rubs. And your gas pedal is going to clear it by a long ways. So what I'm going to do now is let me find some stuff to get together here and take that grommet out and go from there. See what happens. So I found a spot to go in at. You got your speed optic cable and the factory grommet down here. If you go right straight up above the factory grommet and bore you a hole, then they don't want all this. They just put a cap in it. You know what I mean? Because that only that factory grommet in there. Go this way. This thing's probably gonna bite. I don't know. I wouldn't grab a bad battery. Look at the battery effect. I say go cordless, go cordless. I see more videos of people have trouble with batteries. Alright, we're through there. Alright, now we'll run our stuff through there. And then I've got a rubber fuser that I can run my stuff through, put the garment back in it. You put the stuff on anything rubber, it melts it. And it'll melt the garment back together. That way you can run all your stuff, make sure it's all ran. Then you put your grommet back in there after you melt it together. And it'll look good. So, here we go, next one. All right, let's cut some lights on, find out what all I got to snout that hole. Let's see here. Go right there, see all that. Okay, this stays in, this goes out. I got it right here. Oh, this piece here just lay it in there, I guess. Let me glue him in. Part of what I need in there, you know what I mean? So take this, go over everything. You go over everything, that way you won't be going underneath nothing. And that goes straight to the gauges. Alright, we go pull this out. I may have to push all this out right here. As much as I want out. Right there. Then we said this thing here. Pull all this out. Right here. I'll run this back over that my routing and go, and I'll get you back on when I get back over it. To get you a better view of where I put that hole at. So there's nothing to the left there, but going to the right about an inch or so, you'll hit your, you'll see it where that big plug is. So you got an inch clearance there, and you can see where that bit kind of jumped on me. But anyway, that's where we cut the hole at. We're gonna go back inside and start checking some more wiring. All right, basically we're back in the cab now. And I've got all that ran through it. I think all of it has to go. I think there's one more wire. I forgot about it. It's an add-on I'm doing that we'll show later on. But 90% of the wires, or 95% of the wiring is done, okay? And so the next, I guess the rest of the day, probably tomorrow, I'll go back through it and we'll double check everything, make sure everything is wired like I want it, you know, to what switches or whatever. And we're gonna start cleaning the cab out, and it won't be long, the carpet will be coming out. When the carpet comes out, that's when you know we're getting close to getting the seats and the console in, what all. But I think the rest of the day, I'm going to double check all this wiring, then we'll start cleaning it up. Get it ready for the console. So I'm not gonna bore you to death with it, but I'll come back to you when we start getting everything out of this dump I got going on here. I still got to mount the little old computer for the wideband, and I'll get it done. You know, I'm just gonna. There's really no mounts for this. It didn't. I don't think it came with a mount for it. I think you just pretty much I'll have it zip tied up in place in there, probably, is what we'll end up doing with it. That's what I feel like we'll do with it anyway. But hey, we'll catch you on the back side and go from there.